Let's play a quick game. Picture the richest person you know, or at least the one who looks the richest. Maybe it's the guy at work with the designer watch, the neighbor with the new Tesla, or that friend who always seems to be on vacation. Now here's the twist. What if I told you that, statistically, the people who look the richest are often the ones struggling the most behind the scenes? It's true. In a world obsessed with appearances, it's easier than ever to look wealthy while quietly living paycheck to paycheck. Today, we're going to break down the 10 biggest signs that someone is fake rich and how you can spot the difference between real wealth and a well-crafted illusion. If you've ever wondered why some people seem to have it all but never seem to get ahead, this video is for you. The psychology of fake rich. Before we dive into the signs, let's talk about why this happens. We live in a world where status is everything. Social media is a highlight reel of luxury vacations, new cars, and shopping sprees. Advertisers spend billions convincing us that happiness comes from what we buy. And let's be honest, there's a certain thrill in looking successful, even if your bank account tells a different story. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Real wealth is what you don't see. It's not the car, the clothes, or the Instagram feed. It's money in the bank, investments, freedom, and peace of mind. The fake rich are experts at looking wealthy, but often it's just a mask for financial stress. So how can you spot the difference? Let's get into the 10 signs. Obsession with brands and labels. The first sign is an obsession with brands and labels. Fake rich people love to show off designer logos on clothes, bags, shoes, and even coffee cups. They want you to see the brand because it's a shortcut to status. But here's the thing. Most truly wealthy people don't care about labels. They buy for quality and comfort, not for the logo. If someone's wardrobe is a walking advertisement, it's often a red flag. New car, big payments. Sign number 2, the brand new car with a big monthly payment. The fake rich love to lease or finance the latest model, even if it means stretching their budget. They'll tell you it's an investment, but cars lose value the moment you drive them off the lot. The real rich? They're more likely to drive a reliable, paid-off car, sometimes for a decade or more. Living for the gram. Sign 3, living for the gram. If someone's social media is a constant stream of luxury vacations, fancy dinners, and shopping hauls, ask yourself, who are they really trying to impress? The fake rich curate their lives for likes, not for long-term security. Meanwhile, the truly wealthy often value privacy and don't feel the need to broadcast every purchase. House poor and stressed out. Sign 4, house poor and stressed out. The fake rich often stretch to buy or rent the biggest, flashiest home they can afford on paper. But behind the scenes, they're drowning in mortgage payments, property taxes, and maintenance costs. If someone's always complaining about bills but lives in a showpiece house, it's a classic sign. Endless upgrades and retail therapy. Sign 5, endless upgrades and retail therapy. Fake rich people are always chasing the next new thing. Phones, gadgets, clothes, even kitchen appliances. Shopping becomes a way to fill a void or keep up with friends. But real wealth is about contentment, not consumption. If someone's always upgrading, they're probably not building wealth. No emergency fund, but lots of credit cards. Sign 6, no emergency fund, but lots of credit cards. The fake rich often have a wallet full of credit cards, but little or no savings. They rely on debt to fund their lifestyle, hoping nothing goes wrong. The real rich? They have cash reserves and use credit as a tool, not a lifeline. Always talking about money, but never about investing. Sign 7, always talking about money, but never about investing. Fake rich people love to brag about what they bought, how much they spent, or what they plan to buy next, but ask them about their investment strategy and you'll get a blank stare. Real wealth is built quietly through investing and patience, not through spending. Keeping up with the Joneses. Sign 8, keeping up with the Joneses. If someone's financial decisions are driven by what their friends, neighbors, or coworkers are doing, it's a red flag. The fake rich are always comparing, always competing. The truly wealthy focus on their own goals, not someone else's highlight reel. No long-term plan. Sign 9, no long-term plan. The fake rich live for today. They have no retirement plan, no investment strategy, and no clear financial goals. If someone can't tell you where they want to be in 5 or 10 years, chances are they're not building real wealth. Financial stress behind the scenes. And finally, sign 10, financial stress behind the scenes. The biggest giveaway is what you don't see. The fake rich may look successful, but they're often anxious about bills, worried about job loss, or hiding debt from friends and family. True wealth brings peace of mind, not just a pretty picture. The cost of faking it. Let's be clear, there's nothing wrong with enjoying nice things, but when your self-worth is tied to what you own or what others think, you end up trapped in a cycle of spending, stress, and comparison. The cost of faking it isn't just financial, it's emotional. It's the anxiety of living paycheck to paycheck, the fear of being found out, and the exhaustion of always trying to keep up. How to spot and avoid the trap. So, how can you avoid falling into the fake rich trap yourself? Step 1. Focus on what matters. Real wealth is about freedom, security, and choices, not stuff. Step 2. Build quietly. Invest, save, and grow your money behind the scenes. Let your results speak for themselves. Step 3. Practice gratitude. Contentment is the real flex. The happiest people aren't the ones with the most, they're the ones who need the least. Step 4. Don't compare. Your journey is your own. The only person you need to impress is your future self. Real-life examples. Story 1. Jake, a sales manager in New York, drove a leased BMW and lived in a luxury apartment, but behind the scenes, he was drowning in debt and had no savings. After a layoff, he had to sell his car and move in with family. He says, "I looked rich, but I was broke." Story 2. Sophie, a teacher in Paris, wore designer clothes and posted vacation photos every month, but she was using credit cards to fund her lifestyle. When she finally started budgeting and saving, she realized how much happier she was without the pressure to impress. Story 3. Luca and Maria, a couple in Milan, lived modestly, drove an old car, and rarely posted on social media. 5 years later, they bought their dream home in cash. Their friends were shocked. They never saw it coming. The real flex. So the next time you see someone living large, remember, wealth is what you don't see. The real flex isn't the car, the watch, or the vacation. It's the freedom to live life on your own terms. If you found this perspective helpful, consider subscribing for more calm, honest conversations about money, mindset, and building a life that's truly rich on your own terms. Thank you for watching.